everybody. I haven't done one of these in a really long time. A while back I started doing Throwback Thursdays, then I went to Flashback Fridays when I changed the days I uploaded videos. I don't want to give this a title because I don't know how often I'll do this. It could be Walk Back Wednesday today, but it's a look back at my favorites from 3 years ago, August of 2012. What I liked then, am I still using them? And if not, what am I using in its place? It's sort of like an empties video if you really want to be technical about it. So, you know, a little different than a haul with first impressions. These are 3 years later impressions. So I printed out my description box from way back then. This is the August 2012 favorites. I will link that video below if you want a really good laugh. Yeah, it's 3 years ago. I was still in my 30s back then. Anyway, I had to actually watch it back because some of the stuff I didn't even know what it was anymore, if that tells you anything. So here we go. First thing I talked about was the Neutrogena makeup remover wipes, and I cringed to think that I recommended wipes. Of course, that was before I discovered the world of Caroline Hirons and all of her wonderful advice, and I forgot to bring what I use. Oh well, I will just tell you, it is my first step in a cleanse to remove my makeup. Generally, I just concentrate on my eye makeup. I use the Bioderma Micellar Cleansing Water, or whatever it's called. I got one from France a while back that I really enjoyed using, used it up. I've continued to buy it. Now it's available on Beautylish, which makes me so happy that I even bought a travel size. So I will continue to use that up. I know there are other micellar waters out there. I will give them a try, but for now, my heart belongs to Bioderma. Next is the Dermaquest Skin Therapy Skin Vitalight. I didn't remember what that was. That's unfortunate. After watching the video, that should tell you something. After watching the video, it was a moisturizing cream that also had skin lightening properties to get rid of old pigmentation from acne and so forth. What I've been using, and this is actually my second jar of this, second giant thing of it, is the Clinique Even Better Clinical Dark Spot Corrector. I use this every morning after I wash my face before I put on anything else, without fail. It's not the most inexpensive option. It's probably on the, for all the other lightening agents out there, this is probably the most budget friendly for what you're gonna get. Like I said, this is my second one and I really like it a lot. For hair products, I talked about the one and only Argan Oil, which was okay, but it was definitely the cheaper alternative to my favorite, which I went out and bought again. I had used before I bought it and I went back and bought another one. It's the Moroccan Oil, the original one. It's just, it's the best of the Moroccan Oil options. I feel it's the best one out there. And I'm almost out of it and makes me sad, but, excuse me while I put that down. I also, to fight frizzies, use a couple other things I wanted to mention. I've mentioned before, the Aveda Light Elements, the smoothing fluid, and I also like the Dry Remedy Oil from Aveda. I'm a huge Aveda fan, and I get my hair done at an Aveda salon, so it is easy to pick up products when I get my hair done. But if you're looking for a Moroccan Oil, Argan Oil type thing, I still really like the original Moroccan Oil. Then let's talk about a couple concealers I talked about. I talked about the Revlon Age Defying Concealer that I use for my under eye circles. I loved it and I would have still used it if they didn't discontinue making it. So that is no longer an option. Lately for under my eyes, I've used a couple of things, both eyes and on my face, so I'll just talk about them both. But first let me mention the other one I mentioned back in 2012, which was the NYX HD Photogenic Concealer. I like that one just fine. I used it up and then I moved on. So there's just so many to try. It's hard to repeat. But one I have bought more than once, in fact 3 times now, is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. This is in the shade 01, the light shade. I use this underneath my eyes and it stays in place and it's wonderful. I've talked about this many times. It should not be news to you. I also use it on my face for blemishes. I tend to go more to an 02 for my face and an 01 for my under eyes. And the other one I waffle back and forth on where I put it on my face is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. This actually does really well. It's a much more concentrated, thicker consistency and it does great on larger blemishes that you have more surface area to cover, and it's technically waterproof and it holds up, both of them hold up really well. Just kind of depends what mood I'm in really. Then I talked about a great blush. I guess I've been looking for this Holy Grail blush for a really long time. I generally do not care for a blush with a bright pop of color, except the Tarte one in red that I can't remember the name of. I'll link that, it's amazing. I talked about it recently. But generally, if I'm not going for that particular one, I like a very soft pink nude flush, and NYX Angel was great. It was really a great blush. So what does NYX do? They stopped making it. Now, I have a couple other blushes that I actually like much better than Angel. Unfortunately, neither of them are budget, but the first one isn't too bad. It's the Clinique Cheek Pop in Nude. It's that iridescent, not quite pink skin tone. You can't really see it. I don't know why I'm doing this. I wear this constantly, and you can see it's not even really worn down all that much. It's a great, I love, love, love these blushes, and I know they have a pale pink one. I just haven't picked it up yet. And then the other option that is more expensive is the Hourglass Ambient Blush, and what is this one called? Ethereal Glow. It's that soft pale pink, which is actually much, much closer to the Angel color, and it has that glow to it that's very similar, but unfortunately much, much, much more money. I guess in some cases my tastes have gotten a little more expensive. Not always, you'll see. The next thing I want to talk about is the Wet n Wild Single Eyeshadow in Brule, and guess what? I have still not found anything better than this thing. It is so amazing. I bought, I think, 6 of them online when I found them on, I think I found them on Amazon. If I can find them still, I'll link it below. I stocked up on these guys. They're the best. This is the best brow bone, skin tone, if you're white, white, white like me, eyeshadow on the market. Hands down. Bar none. I love it. Okay, CoverGirl eyeshadow trio in Shimmering Sands. First palette in the drawer when you open up my makeup drawer. It's my go-to. I adore it. I know the packaging has changed since this guy. I wear it all the time. It hasn't made much of a dent. It holds up really well. I think it's beautiful. Of course, now my technique has improved a little bit. I'd like to add a little matte shade in the crease, but my general way of wearing this is pink shade on the lid, the taupey middle shade all over in the crease, and then outer corner with the darker shade, and a little, oh no! I'm getting a new one. I don't want to look at it. I know it's in pieces. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen, but I top it off this. Oh, my Shimmering Sands. No way. Totally fine. Just a little dinged right there. Okay. I didn't think that was gonna end well. Whew. Getting a little flushed. Okay, almost done. Whew. Okay, Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden is what I was recommending, and I did like that, but I found something I like so much better, and it is way less expensive, and that is the Wet n Wild Fergie Eyeshadow Primer. I've spoken about this before, should not come as a surprise to you, and I love it. You can get this at the drugstore, so there you go. Then I talked about Smashbox Camera Ready BB Cream and Light. I'm not a huge fan of BB cream. My favorite was the Pond's BB cream, which I did use all the time. And I found again on Target online. I'll link that below because I could not find it anywhere. I've been hoarding it like a crazy person, but it's back online. But what I usually go for, because I didn't think I would have the Pond's anymore, so I try to ration that, is the IT CC cream. I'm on my second tube, I guess it's a tube, of this, and this is light, and love it. If you just want to slap something on it and go, this is the only foundation type stuff that I brought to New Mexico, and I was fine. I didn't need anything else. Then I talked about the Stila Sun Bronzing Powder in shade 1. It's a bronzer. It was matte. I got all excited because 3 years ago, matte bronzers were hard to find. It is definitely a bit on the orange side now, looking back. So as far as matte bronzers go, my favorite is still the Too Faced Milk Chocolate, I believe it's Milk Chocolate, yes, Soleil Bronzer. Oh, it smells amazing. And if I don't want a matte bronzer, which lately I don't, is the Hourglass Ambient Bronzer in Luminous Light. It's luminous. I love it. And if I drop this, I will break into tears on camera. Okay. And then lastly, okay, I have to say, before you go back and watch the video, what I don't know what I was thinking. I was wearing, and I listed this in a favorite. It's the Stila Plumping Lip Glaze in Vanilla Mint, and I guess it plumped, but oh my gosh, holy gooiness. Every time I spoke, I just wanted to, it's disgusting in the video, I'm warning you. It's not pretty. And the gooey lines that connect the lips together, and I always have this in every purse whenever I leave the house. I bought this on the recommendation of Lisa SC09, who has excellent product recommendations. If you don't watch her, I will list her below. But it's the Clarins Instant Light Natural Lip Perfector. It comes in 6 shades. I got the shade 01, I have all of them actually, but my favorite is the shade 01, and it's what I'm wearing now, and it smells divine, and it's pigmented enough, and it gives you great shine, and it's not sticky, and it's very moisturizing, and it lasts on the lips a pretty long time for a lip gloss. I just adore this. They did come out with a balm version. It's terrible. Skip it. Stick with this. It's great. I will list that below. I'll list everything below because that I like to. And now I'm glad I did 3 years ago so that I had it all for you to look at now. So that was back to August 2012 and what I was into and what I'm not. Quite a few things have stuck around, quite a few things haven't. It's always nice to see how things have changed and what has stayed the same. Let me know if you like these types of videos. I will try to do them more often than ones every couple of years. I was on a roll for a while and then I stopped. I didn't think you guys really were all that interested anymore. So maybe every other month, I don't know. Let me know what you think, that's most important. As always, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye. This week, due to many requests, we're gonna tackle date night. Tips, ideas, and so forth. So to make this a little more fun for us,